Welcome to the Accessible Hunter podcast. I'm Greg Trainer along with my co-host Mike Hudson. Today we are doing a very special podcast. Our friend and brother Greg Groce is unable to speak due to Amyotrophic Lateral Sclerosis, ALS, often referred to as Lou Gehrig's disease. So Mike and I decided to make this podcast using all text-to-speech. Greg, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little about yourself, where you're from, a little about your family? Hello, my name is Greg Rose. I'm 60 years old and I'm from Lexington, NC. I have 2 sons and 2 granddaughters and my wonderful wife Helen. I'm an avid outdoorsman. I have been all my life. I love to fish and hunt or just be outdoors. When were you diagnosed with ALS? In 2018 I was diagnosed with ALS. Can you walk us through some of the adaptations you have had to make to your home since your diagnosis? Since my diagnosis, my ability to walk well and my ability to speak well has been taken from me. So we have installed accessible ramps outside and inside our home for easy transitions. Also, I had to change out commodes to accessible heights. I do not let ALS control my life. I let my life control it. How have you modified your hunting experience since ALS? What adaptive equipment has been most helpful for you? I have a great friend, Keen Stedman, who I call my outdoor caregiver, who goes with me hunting. When deer hunting, I have a friend who lets us use a portable handicap accessible lift stand, and we use ground blinds as well as for turkey hunting. I have access to a track chair and also I have a manual outdoor wheelchair. To hold my gun and crossbow, I use a tripod by bog. Can you tell us about your recent turkey hunt in Indiana? Travel there, the group you hunted with, the volunteers, and how everyone helped you. In April we traveled to Plymouth, Indiana for our 2nd year participating in Turkey Tracks Hunt, Eric Corey Foundation. Eric passed away in his early 20s with ALS. As an avid hunter, he set this foundation up before his death for people of all ages no matter what the disability, to be able to turkey hunt. Pretty much the whole community takes part in the hunt, allowing hunters to hunt their properties, and each hunter has their own personal guide. The foundation pays for everything except travel. They have wheelchairs to use for those who need one, and are able to accommodate pretty much all hunters. This year 17 hunters participated and 13 shot a turkey, including myself. A very welcoming and supportive group of volunteers. How do you approach all the challenges and obstacles you have to deal with on a daily basis? How does your faith impact your day? I begin my day with prayer, asking God to help us push on and be a blessing to someone along the way. I keep my focus on I can, and not the I can't. My motto is have the grit not to quit, along with positivity brings longevity. The only disability in one's life is their attitude. We know how important family and friends are. How has your relationships changed over the years since your diagnosis? Closer with some, more distant with others? Did you lose friendships? My family has been real supportive to me and supports me as I carry on with my life without holding me back. Some people have distanced themselves from me, maybe because they can't accept what I'm going through. I have lost a couple friends, one mainly of jealousy of another and one not really sure. But life is good and no need to focus on the negatives, just stay positive. Animals, specifically dogs, are a big part of your life. Can you tell us about how they impact your life? We raise and show beagles. We own the number 2 beagle in the country, who will be shown at Westminster Dog Show this year. Our beagles are my support dogs, for they bring joy to our life. Are there any groups or resources available in your area that have helped you, that you would like to share? I have a young man in my hometown who holds a golf tournament for us that raises money for our expenses with ALS. We also have friends and a couple of churches who have helped us out. The ALS Association offers grants as well. What would you like people to understand about ALS? What would you like people who are just diagnosed to know? ALS progresses differently in patients. The average life expectancy after diagnosis is 3 to 5 years and absolutely no cure. It affects your ability to walk, talk, swallow and breathe. The hardest thing after diagnosis is acceptance of it. I tell people to keep a positive mindset and remember everyone is terminal with absolutely no cure for death, so go on and live. What can people do to help you and others with ALS? The number 1 thing is pray for a cure and donate to the ALS Association for research as well as patient grants. The estimated annual cost of care is between $150,000 and $200,000 per patient. Thank you all for listening to our podcast today. Greg, you are such a good friend to everyone you meet. Mike and I are praying for you. Just let us know if we can do anything for you. If you are able to donate to Greg Groce or the ALS Association, please do so. Thank you all again. We appreciate you.